When you're having a busy day and you need to get dinner on the table fast, this homemade black bean sauce will help you make your favorite black bean dish easier and faster. With just 2 to 3 tablespoons with your choice of meat and or vegetables, served with rice to sop up all the sauce. Oh my goodness. Hey everyone, I'm Flo, Dude is behind the camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. I have several black bean recipes on the channel as well as in my newest cookbook, Chinese Homestyle, but they all start with chopping up all the ingredients before making the actual dish with the black beans. Today, we're gonna show you how to make a black bean sauce, so that will give you a shortcut for those busy days. In all of my black bean recipes, I just kind of chop up all the ingredients and make that one dish at a time, but really making this sauce will make things just simpler for you, and it'll be worth it, even though you have to do this once. I'm starting off with 3 shallots. And they're just, I don't know, not too small, not too big.
But definitely not thumb-sized.
All right, start with this one. All right, so I need the shallots to be minced, and y'all know there's a lot I can't be bothered with. So I am using my mini chopper. I'm cutting them down into a little bit smaller chunks so that they can be chopped up better. All right, I think that's good. Just get it to whether you want it finely minced or just sort of minced, it's totally up to you. There is no hard and fast rule here. If you don't have shallots, you can always use onion. It's up to you. All right. I'm using half a cup of fermented black beans. And you can get black beans in like a bag like this, or sometimes they come in a little cardboard package. And they're really cheap. It's like $2 for a whole bag. I've already rinsed and drained these black beans. I am gonna chop this up. I'm not gonna use the chopper because I don't trust it for the texture that I like. I just want it to be roughly chopped, not too pasty, and I don't wanna leave them too whole because I don't like biting into a whole fermented black bean. If you like that, then you don't have to chop them up too much. But if you don't, then chop them up a little bit more. It's all about the texture and what you like and what you don't like. A jar of black bean sauce can set you back about $6, I guess, and you don't know exactly what goes in it. But if you make it yourself, you know exactly what's going in it. I can't believe this is half a cup of black beans. And I did measure it, you guys, this time, half a cup. I'm just going to transfer my shallots to this bowl that I had the black beans in because I need to do my garlic next. Because there's so much garlic, I am actually going to use the chopper to do that as well. All right, we're using a whole head of garlic here, and you can use as little or as much as you want. I also want to prep all of my ingredients at the beginning because I find with Chinese cooking, sometimes things go way faster than anticipated. I kind of wish these garlic cloves were bigger. All right, see, this is why I wanted the cloves to be bigger, because that's all I got, but that's enough. If you want more garlic, put in more garlic. And if you don't want as much garlic, you can use less. Okay, blitzing. Right, it's not as fine as when I put it through the garlic press, but this will do. I'm just gonna set that aside. All right, I'm going to grate this giant thumb-sized piece of ginger. And I am grating because I don't like little chunks of ginger, but I don't mind if it's grated. So that's just me. If you want, you can also blitz this along with your garlic. Your giant thumb size of ginger should give you about 2 tablespoons. And again, you use more or less, totally up to you. It's about 1 ounce. Now that I have most of my ingredients ready to go, I am going to heat up a small saucepan on medium-low heat. This sauce can burn very easily, so You gotta make sure to keep it on low the whole time. We're gonna use a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. You can use a canola oil or a peanut oil, just something neutral, not an olive oil. If you want a spicy black bean sauce, then at this point in your oil, I would add your dried chilies, whether you're using whole chilies or just the crushed red peppers. You can add them now and let them cook for about a minute before adding the next ingredient. My oil is hot now. I'm gonna add the shallots and the black beans. You'll find that the oil is going to get totally absorbed by the black beans. And we're gonna cook it until the black beans are cooked, and then what they'll do is release that oil. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So you wanna stir this pretty constantly for about, I don't know, I wanna say 5 minutes. We'll see how that goes. While the black beans and shallots are still cooking, I am making my sauce, which is a 1/4 cup of Shaoxing wine. And if you don't have Shaoxing wine, you can use like a dry sherry. I don't know if I would use a 1/4 cup of bourbon.
Why not?
It might be really, really yummy. And a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. We've used bourbon to replace Shaoxing wine in the past when we're just using a tablespoon or two. You're welcome to use a whole 1/4 cup of bourbon if you didn't have Shaoxing wine.
But just not your good stuff.
That's right. Don't do that. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just gonna stir that up. Make sure the sugar dissolves as much as possible. And I'm gonna check back on my black beans. Okay, so do you see how the oil, I don't know, I just stirred it back in. Okay, just give it a second and you'll be able to see some of that oil come to the top. It smells really, really good. So you want it to be about this kind of texture. The shallots are to be tender. And then at this point, you can add your sauce. Okay. And we're gonna let this cook for a little bit. And I am using a silicone spatula, so it won't melt. Don't use a rubber spatula when you're cooking, because rubber will melt. Okay, bring this to a simmer. Okay, we're gonna let this cook for, I don't know, just a few minutes. We're gonna stir occasionally. We're gonna let it simmer just for all the flavors to kind of come together before adding the remaining ingredients. All right, so it's been about 2 to 3 minutes, and I've just been stirring occasionally. This is a good texture to me. It's not gonna be super thick, and you want your shallots to be tender. So long as you think your onions are tender enough, this is a good time to add your garlic and ginger.
Oh, that's a lot of garlic there. Romance-inducing aroma.
Well, you're not eating it all at once, dude. And your garlic.
Why not?
All right, so we've cooked the garlic and ginger in here for another minute or 2, and you'll see that the oil will float back to the top. That's what you want to see. And then we're done. Right, turning off the heat. And I'm going to transfer this to a bowl just for it to cool off. It actually makes quite a bit of sauce. This will keep in your fridge once it's cooled down, and you put it in an airtight container for up to a month.
This is a case for smell-o-vision yet again. The aroma is fantastic.
Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Almost want to eat it up.
Wow, looks good.
It is. So this sauce will just make life so much easier for you. You can use about 3 tablespoons when you're marinating, say, spare ribs or chicken that you're going to steam. And for every pound, I would say use about 3 tablespoons. Totally up to you. You can use a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on what your taste is like. And if you're using it for a stir fry, I would just cook up your meat and your veggies and add this as the sauce at the end. And again, 2 or 3 tablespoons, depending on your taste. And that would be dinner, just like that. Do you guys want to see the taste? Anyways, an episode wouldn't be complete without Dude. So, are you all ready?
Oh, man, that smells so good, but the air purifier doesn't. It's like red, like freaking out right now. We take it for granted. Thanks, Kaya. We take it for granted that Flo can rock these black bean dishes in a hurry, but having taken out that step and having that jar of sauce ready to go in the fridge, I think it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be easier, I hope, and not having to go to a store-bought brand or store-bought sauce. You know exactly what goes into all that sauce. So this is going to be the shortest taste like ever. It's kind of like chunky enough you can see all that's going on in there with the garlic shallots, black bean, not blitzed till it's so pureed. All right. Whoa. Yowza. Black bean, it's going to be salty, but you're not going to be eating it like this. So sometimes when it gets really busy during the week, you just gotta MacGyver something in the fridge. And usually there is leftover white rice, and we've been buying some farm fresh eggs. So what I've been doing is frying up some eggs, putting it on leftover rice. But some black bean sauce mixed in with that steamed white rice, nuke it in the microwave, put that freshly fried eggs on top. Pretty good idea, huh? We'll have to see what it looks like and tastes like.
All right, black bean sauce, it was not meant for the taste, but thanks, Dude, for trying it anyways. It is super flavorful, and it is going to be on the salty side because it is a sauce being used to flavor your other ingredients. Remember to let it cool down before putting it in an airtight container and store it in your fridge, and you can store it for up to 30 days, and that will make at least several really easy meals this month. For more black bean recipes, check it out, and I will see you over there.